Hello, this is the Reading on the Rocks podcast. We are Kelsey,
Chandler,
and Morgan. We like to drink and read books and then talk about them. Welcome to the group chat.
Hello and welcome. We are Reading on the Rocks podcast. I am Morgan.
I'm Kelsey.
And welcome. What are you guys drinking today?
Let's see. Today I went with white rum, obviously, because it's my go-to.
Naturally.
It's what I have in my house. And a strawberry watermelon sparkling water. It's delish.
Yeah. What you got, Chan?
I'm repeating from last episode. I've got Sprite, some ocean water, and vodka.
Love a vodka.
Yeah.
I
Same.
keeping it pretty simple today. We're just going with a watermelon seltzer.
Delish.
Yeah. So we started a new book and it's wonderful. We're very happy with it. We are reading The Undertaking of Hart and Mercy by Megan Bannen. We've read, what did we read? 1 through 20, I believe, chapters.
Yes.
So far, huge fan.
Same.
Definitely. So disclaimer, I have read this book before. I read it last year. When it came out, and I was a giant fan of it. Probably my number one book of the whole year. And this is my way of forcing Morgan and Chandler to read it. Because I really needed them to.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Well, this is like my third time reading it. So
you've got it memorized by this point.
I've got it down.
We should just, we could just have you read it to us from memory.
Exactly. So here's the thing, guys. This book is like really influenced, obviously, by You've Got Mail, rom-com. Mm-hmm. And that movie was based on a movie from the 40s, The Shop Around the Corner, but it was heavily influenced by Pride and Prejudice. Which, as you know, I have read every iteration. This is one of them.
There you go.
So yeah, it had to be done, and I love it just as much.
Yeah, it is. It is so wonderful. I love it's lighthearted, but still emotional enough to keep you engaged.
Yes.
And we're only like halfway through, which is so crazy to say, because usually it doesn't happen until like the friggin' third act before things starts getting kind of intense. But I'm like hooked in this cute little rom-com book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I guess we could do a quick little recap of what happened. Yes, so we meet Mercy Birdsall, and she is an undertaker. Her family business is undertaking business. And she and Hart, he is a ranger, and they met before the beginning of this book, but they got off on the terrible foot. And they really butted heads. They were both having just like the worst day ever. And they hated each other for like 3 years. And they...
To be fair, at this point in the book, they still hate each other.
Yes. I mean, mostly they still hate each other.
One party hates at this point.
Each other. So Hart starts writing these letters, and they just magically end up with Mercy. So they start writing each other back and forth, and they become really good friends. They set up a meeting, but he realizes that it's Mercy, and he is very distraught by this. And he goes in there. She does not realize that the person she's been writing is him, just like You've Got Mail. And that's pretty much where we are, except for the big fantasy element of this whole story is these fantasy creatures, drudges. They take over human bodies once they die if they don't release their soul, which is housed in, what is it, the kidney?
The appendix.
The appendix, yes. The appendix has a use, people.
It hit home to me because I still have mine. I was like, I still
we're
got
at
that.
risk. We're at risk, Chandler.
So, yes, there's these drudges, and a drudge made its way in this cute little town that Mercy lives and tried to attack her, and Hart saved her. And that's basically where we are. So, I don't know if there's much on theories. I don't know how much mystery is here, but do you guys have any theories?
I don't have any mystery, but I feel like we need to talk on Mercy's life crisis right now, where her whole entire family is trying to fix her life, but she's like, I'm happy with my life. I don't need fixed.
Literally, like her whole family thinks that she's just doing this Undertaker thing because she got dragged into it. And she's like, but I actually like this. But I really wish she would just like come out and say it. I mean, she does say, hey, you don't control my life or whatever, but she doesn't say, I actually like doing this. Can you please help me?
Yeah, and
so that's what
she tells Hart in the letters that she really does like her job and she enjoys it. She feels like she's got a really good purpose and like a meaningful purpose. And her family, her brother, her sister, and their dad do not understand that.
Yeah.
They feel like they were this big burden on Mercy.
I wouldn't say, as far as theories go, I don't think I really have any either. Like it's pretty face value what's going on. I can see like at some point they're gonna dance together just because of that back and forth kind of thing with the letters, but I mean that's kind of it. I don't know. Go ahead,
Go ahead, Morgan. Oh, I was gonna say I do want to see more about Hart's original mentor and like how he died and what that whole situation was. I want to see more about that and like why can he be the only one that sees the souls? I don't have a theory. I just want to see more.
Yeah, I'm with you because that's kind of we kind of learned a little bit about it in that last or like the last 2 chapters, I think, when he goes and like reminisces with his Gracie dog and then goes to the house. But I don't on his forced vacation, but we don't know like the purpose behind the house. Rather, we just know that he's like this demigod character and has abilities. But like, what's the purpose of the house? Is it like some portal? Because we know that Bill's spirit went into the house after he died. But what's inside the house? What does that mean?
Let's see. What do you guys think of the characters? I just have to bring up the little Horatio, who's an owl, and I can't pronounce the rabbit's name, but the rabbit and I don't remember the name now. Nimkillim.
Nimkillim or something.
Yeah. They were like messengers of the old gods, and now they basically just deliver mail. And I think they're both hilarious.
Yes.
Yes.
They are so much fun. And they like the way that they are portrayed, it's so crystal clear in my head. And like the way that I can't remember his name, the rabbit. The rabbit talks with his like broken tooth and the way he's chugging whiskey every chance he gets. He is so like such a crystal clear and fun character. I'm obsessed. And like that whole thing, I love the interaction between him and Hart where he's like they like finally sit down and have a conversation because Hart doesn't have any friends and he like confides in this little drunk rabbit. I love it. And he gives him like some real like grown-up advice. It's so fun.
Yes. Yeah,
I love it.
I want to know how they know that Mercy was supposed to get that letter and like what magic do they have that tells them this letter had to go to Mercy and Mercy's letter had to go to Hart. Like, are they Cupids? Like what?
Yeah. Well, they don't know who it's from, though. Yeah, they mentioned that they don't know who it's from. They just know who it's like to friend. It's to, whatever. Yeah, so I bet it's like some kind of. Yeah. I bet it's some, I don't know, prophecy feels too intense. Maybe fate kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're awfully quiet over there, Kels. You're keeping some secrets.
I don't want to say too much. But yeah, I definitely, because they are like, they were messengers of the old gods. So I definitely feel like they have way more power than, you know, just delivering mail. They just,
Right.
and we're
Also
just
wanna
seeing
know
like a little glimpse.
what happened to the old guns? And why are there new guns? What's that whole situation? Like, I'm just
Yeah.
curious. As a
Yeah.
reader, I just want to know what happened and why are they in the world that they're in now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I also, speaking of that, what do you guys think about the world building? Because I find it like so effortless how she creates this world, and
Yes.
everything is like so clear to me. And it's not like a super high fantasy, like a Brandon Sanderson or anything like that, where it takes a while to like understand what's happening. This was just like so seamless to me that I was just in it.
I'd agree with you. And the imagery of what's the magic place called with the mist?
Oh,
Or something.
Tanria?
Tanria. Yeah.
I think
so
it's
the
Tanria.
imagery of Tanria is really, really clear, which is so cool because it's just like, it's not, I don't want to say vague because that doesn't feel right to say that, but it just like, I love how her broadness of the explanation kind of leaves a lot to the imagination. Like, I've built this whole world in my head that might not match what you have in your head, you know, but it's so, it's seamless, like you said. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Agree.
The only thing that I really, really, really wish this book had so much is a map.
Yes!
I would kill for a map of this book. Like
Same.
everything in it. Cuz there's like islands and stuff like that. Honestly, it took me a little while to like understand, cuz there's a lot of water involved apparently, and it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, I really wish that there was a map. That would have been helpful. I just want to see what's where.
Same. If we're still talking about characters, I have to touch on Duckers. I love Duckers. He's
love him.
So cute and like just who he is as a character. Perfect.
He's so fun. He's
Perfect
like, I've never, really brings the innocence back into his life.
Yeah.
But it's very rare that I laugh out loud at something a character said. But something, I even wrote it down because it was so freaking funny. It was, when he threatens to shoot the silk wool poachers. Hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
That was
and
so
then
funny.
Hart's like, oh my god.
Hysterical.
He's like, okay, kid.
Okay, kid, calm down.
Yeah.
He's just so perfect.
So funny.
He was so perfect. Duckers, he just tried so hard, like, you know, to fill into this thing and be just like Hart, and then it just totally backfired. But he's so like innocent. I love it. I love the fact that he challenges both of them on their bullshit. Like, he straight up has a conversation with Hart about being mean to Mercy. And then he goes and he has a conversation with Mercy about Hart actually liking her. And she's like, I don't believe that for a second. But still, I like that they both, he challenges both of them on this. Why are you so mean?
Yeah. He's so fun and such a lighthearted and, I don't know, just fun character. I love him.
Yeah. I like him a lot.
I will say, so speaking of character, this is maybe the only male main character that I like that has blonde hair.
Yes. And
he does in fact have blonde hair.
He's I most of the time I just like pretend that they don't say that.
Yeah.
The blonde part.
Wait, Kelsey, don't you have a person that you imagine if they do have blonde hair instead of...
I do. When someone says that a character has blonde hair, a male main character has blonde hair, I just picture Charlie Hunnam because he's the only blonde I care about.
Kels, after you said that in the group chat, now that's what I do. And that's who's playing Hart in my brain. He is perfect. He's perfect.
He's perfect.
I have nothing to say.
No notes.
No notes. He's perfect. Let's cast him.
Yep. Absolutely.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So great. I also love the fact so Mercy is like tall and she's described as like big boned, curvy. Love it.
Here
She's
for
like
curvy girl.
yeah. She's on par with him whose Hart is a demigod, so he's super tall. It doesn't say how tall he is, but he's just super
It says
tall.
he's
And
taller
she
than
like
Mercy though.
Well over
yes.
6 foot.
Yeah, because she says that her ex-boyfriend said he was 6 foot, but she questioned it. So I assume she's about 6 foot.
Yes.
Can we talk about the Delulu land her ex-boyfriend is living in? Like,
He's
what is that?
So embarrassing.
First of
He
all,
is
this
so
man
embarrassing.
cheated on her. And then he's like, can we go to coffee and I'll He gives her a ticket. Gives her a ticket first. He gives her a ticket. And then he's like, let's go to coffee. I'll apologize. And so she agrees because she wants the apology, which, fair. And then he's like, great, you accepted my apology? Now we're back together. Like,
We're back together.
Like, that just magically works.
Yeah.
Homie's
I don't
in
know how he
Delulu
jumped
land.
from there.
I wonder
Yeah.
if I hope we get to know a little more about their relationship because it's kind of vague and like she mentioned something about how sick her dad got, Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
And that
heart
Nathan
attack.
was it a heart attack?
Yeah.
But
he
then
had a
why
heart
would
attack.
she? Oh, okay. I suppose you would have to care for someone after a heart attack.
I suppose.
But it's like I want to know how was he so self-centered about it all?
Yeah.
You know, because she mentions that he's just didn't seem to really care. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to know how because he was there when the judge almost attacked Mercy and Hart saved her. And I want to know how he's going to react to all of that. Because since he was there, that's my theory. Since he was there, he's going to react. There's going to be a section on how he reacts to that.
Some little boy drama stuff with him.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
He seems very immature and annoying.
Yep, for sure. Let's see. Is there any scenes you guys want to talk about? Anything? I love when Hart saves her and he grabs her face afterwards and he's like, are you okay?
Love a face
oh
grab.
my god. Love it.
Yes.
With his
love it so
shaking
much.
hands. Delicious.
Yeah.
Ate that up.
Love the banter and the nicknames. Merciless, Heartache. Like, I just think that's
Did you see that?
Hysterical.
She addressed one of the letters as onion breath after he'd mentioned that. That was so funny. I love just like the silly little one-offs.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those scenes.
That's like the stuff that I'm reading and I'm like kicking my legs, getting all
exactly
like little girl. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that is like perfect in a slow burn. Obviously, this is probably not a slow burn because it's one book, but I mean, that's the great stuff about a slow burn. The kicking the feet, the little banter. They literally barely have talked to each other.
Yes.
And all three of us love it.
They've had like 3 in-person conversations throughout the whole book. And we are
thus far.
Yeah. I can't wait. So what do you guys I do have one scene that maybe I could it's not really a scene, but the last line of chapter 20.
Yep. That's a good one.
What do you think?
Can't say it. We can't.
I mean, you can say it, but yeah, it's
obvious.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yeah. He had to. The way he reacted when she was, in peril, I think that's pretty obvious. So,
spells it out.
But at least he's like giving in.
Yeah. When do you think it happened? Like through the letters altercation or over the 4 years?
Ooh.
I want to say over the 4 years because like he mentions like little things about her appearance. He's like in the first chapter he's like she's not wearing her brightly colored dresses, she's got overalls on, like little things throughout that make me think it's been a slow long 4 years for the two of them.
Yeah, I think there was at least, like an attraction that whole time, because both of them, when they're thinking about each other, sure, they're like, oh, I hate them, but they also like talk
Yeah.
about their attraction to each other
Mhm.
before the letters even started. So there's that. I think there was always that initial thing. And at least for Hart, he was like, ah, damn it. After he met her, he's like,
Yeah.
ah, darn, she's so mean to me. She doesn't
Shit.
like that I'm
Mhm.
a demigod. But I think that's probably what stopped him this whole time, is that she said something about him being a demigod the very first time, and he's very unhappy with that.
Mhm.
And he didn't want to go any further than that or be nice, because he was like, she's gonna reject me because I'm a demigod.
A question for Morgan. Kelsey, you can't answer because you already read it. But Morgan, how do you think Mercy is going to react to all of this? Like him saving her and then finding out that he is her pen pal? How do you think she's going to react?
Pen pal? I don't know. I think it's going to be a kind of similar situation that Hart went through. So, like, initial denial, initial, like, what's going on? This is ridiculous. I'm never going to talk to him again, kind of thing. And then she'll come around, I'm sure. Obviously, she comes around eventually. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a story. So, but I bet something like that. I can't imagine. She seems like a kind of a hard-headed character, like kind of stuck
For
in her ways
sure.
character. So
I
I'm
feel
sure
like
it's
she
going to
fights it
be
harder than Hart did.
Yeah.
she might. I got so nervous when he walked away from the Ren Cafe. I was like,
Same.
"Nuh-uh. No way he's walking away from this."
Okay, but I loved Ducker's reaction to this when he made Duckers go in to see if somebody was in yellow, and he saw
Yeah.
Mercy, and Duckers was like,
Calms it.
Yes.
It was like the perfect little brother moment.
Yes.
I guess
it
that's
was
what he's definitely a little brother character, huh? That's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
He's so sweet. Yeah,
What do you
that
guys
whole
think about
thing.
Go ahead, Kels.
I was just saying that whole scene. Well, I don't know about the first time I read this book, but that whole scene is literally like page per page from You've Got Mail, like the whole sitting in a cafe waiting for them, and then him coming
Aw.
in and like sitting down with her and her being really mad. That was all in You've Got Mail. So I think I saw it coming that he was actually gonna go in there. But if he hadn't, I would have been so pissed.
Can you imagine? Holy moly.
Legs would have been thrown.
Yes.
It's happened
Bills would
before.
have gone across the room.
Airborne. Would have had a reason to get that color.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
What do you guys think of Mercy's brother, Zeddy? How do you feel about him? Because I'm
He
really
annoys me.
torn. Yeah.
He annoys me. I
He-
hope that there is some redemption for him because I want to love all the characters every author writes about.
Mm-hmm.
He annoys me though.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Because like the whole failing Undertaker school and not willing to tell the family. I love how Mercy blew that the fuck up though. I love she did all of that.
The toss over her shoulder. Oh, Lil's pregnant.
Yeah,
Also,
I was just gonna say,
love it so much. Just
like
blow
a
it
by
up,
the
girl.
way.
He was holding all of their secrets, and she said, "Mic drop."
It's too many secrets to
I
hold.
adore her. Mercy's so fun. But yeah, Zeddy's he's just if there's any, I'm really struggling with him. I hope he has a redemption arc also, but he just is kind of like a crybaby to me.
Yeah,
A
and
little
just
bit.
like not. I just don't enjoy him very much.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't need full redemption. He just lied about what he was going to school for after he doesn't need like it's not like Tamlin or Dane or anything like he tried to kill.
Yeah, this is not a Tamlin or Dane.
This is not
Dane
that
situation.
It's more of he just lied and
like he's a pesky little bug. Yeah.
He's just a little. He needs to butt his nose out of Mercy's life and figure out his own.
Mm-hmm. I don't love, and I don't know, because it kind of, Mercy said it, not so much him, but there was an implication of him using the Undertaker's the business's money to fund his schooling the second time for the
Yeah.
for the cooking gig that he's interested in, and that really don't love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just kind of not my favorite.
He implied it though. Mercy said it, but he implied it when she said that they were like that the guy offered to buy them out.
Yeah, and then didn't correct her when she said it out loud, so I suppose that's what the plan would be. But yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. He's definitely just a little pesky brother. It's definitely super annoying that he lied about for like 3 years. You lied about this because he flunked out the very first semester of the school, and it's 3 years, and lied about it for 3 years is a long time to lie about it. And then he's just like, help me figure out my life when he's back. But then I'm like, what sort of 20-year-old boy has it together? I don't know. They're all stupid.
I mean, what boy at 30 has it together? But
true.
But at the same time, like what irked me was that he lied about it for those 3 years, and then their dad had that heart attack, and Mercy was doing literally everything for the business and trying to keep it afloat so he would have something to come back to. And she did that for 6 months, and he like knew she was doing that. He knew that the reason was, and so she's like breaking her back, and he's like lying to her. That's what gets me.
Yeah, especially since he and their sister Lil mentioned this to Mercy, saying, you need to get out of here, you need to go live your life. And I was like, you literally put her in this position for a super long time by lying. So now all of a sudden you're telling her that she needs to go get a life when you're the reason that she's stuck there. He's definitely annoying, but yeah, for sure. Let's see. Any quotes, unless you guys have something else you want to talk about?
Nobody had any icks because I didn't have any icks.
My ick was how many people cry. There's a lot of crying in this book.
There is. You're
Mostly,
right.
not so much when Mercy cries. Mercy's got every right in her life to cry. But mostly just like when Zeddy cried like that, I was like, ugh, dude. Like, stop. My quote. I also have a quote. Go ahead. You go first, Tan. Yes.
Okay, because I feel like both of you would also have this quote. But mine is from chapter 3. It's page 39. Do you honestly believe that dogs don't have souls? Have you ever met a dog who wasn't 100 times nicer than your average human being? No. Don't insult dogs like that. And I was like, yes!
I highlighted that.
Yes! Like, love dogs. Dogs are nicer.
Yeah,
Even
he's
if my
giving
dog
real
is psycho.
golden retriever vibes with that quote.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we like
Straight
you.
to my heart.
We like you, Heart.
Yes.
Mine was chapter 6, page 60. It was when she was wrapping Mr. Gaver, and he was the gentleman that widowed his wife, and he like had a mustache and carried her picture around. And then she said, in regards to him, then again she wondered which was sadder, losing someone you truly love or never loving someone to begin with, because she was hoping that her or his wife loved him as much as he loved her. Because he was just like so proud of her and showing her off all the time, and I was like, oh, yes, that was mine.
Let's see. I feel like I need a little background on mine. So mine's on chapter 15, on 159. So Mercy mentions in one of her letters, I think the letter where she finally asks him to meet, and she says something about them. If they're only friends on paper, then they might as well be paper dolls or something like that. So my favorite quote is the letter from Hart back to Mercy's. And he said, I suspect that I make a better paper doll than a human being, and I feel very strongly that you deserve a friend more worthy of you than I am in reality. It's just Hart.
We love a well-spoken king.
He's so sweet and so like unsure of himself. Just love a grumpy man.
Same.
There it is again.
Oh, the grumpy man. Does this count as a grumpy sunshine? I suppose it would, huh?
I feel
pretty
like it would.
sunshine. She's
I think it's
described
grumpy,
as sunshine.
grumpy.
But she's described as sunshine. She's like wears
Yeah.
yellow all the time, and
It's true.
She
but
is
she's
grumpy
so grumpy
right
towards
now.
everyone.
yeah, she
No,
is.
I feel
She
like
has
she's
her
just
grumpy
grumpy
moments.
towards everyone right now, and I'm like, she's a grumpy. It's a grumpy.
Yeah, I could see that, but I feel like it's just her situation that she's in. I feel like
Yeah.
she's normally a sunshiny person.
I feel like we need to
But-
ask
Going
Megan
through it.
Bannen this question. Is Mercy normally a sunshiny person? Megan, if you ever watch this, let us know.
What's the classification here? We need to categorize this.
We need to know.
Yep,
Is Mercy
exactly.
sunshine or is she grumpy? Because I can
All
see the
right.
sunshine. I'm not going to sit there and say I can't see the sunshine because I can, but I see more of the grump. Anybody have anything else we wanted to talk about? Questions? Anything else?
I don't think so. I'm so excited for you guys to read the next part. In fact, I need you to read the next few chapters tonight.
Yeah, no, I will.
Right this second.
I'm gonna. As soon
Right
as
now.
I log off here, I'm reading it again because we left off in such a little,
Yes.
not a
Yes.
cliffhanger, but like there's so much more story
ever
now.
say
Like it's
what-
gonna get good.
Did we
Oh,
ever say
shit, I don't think we
the
did.
last line? Oh crap. Okay, guys.
No,
So-
we didn't because I feel like that's a huge spoiler, but go for it.
Well, I mean, if you guys are reading with us, this is a spoiler, but it ends.
True.
We stopped at the end of chapter 20, and it ends right on a cliff. He said he was helplessly, or he didn't say, but it was in Hart's POV, and it says he was helplessly, boundlessly, stupidly in love with Mercy Birdsall. So this is when he realizes he loves her, and this is where we're stuck. So we gotta get
I
to
know.
read.
Get real.
Yep. As soon as we're done here,
Yeah.
I have my Kindle charging right now. We're ready to go.
Ready to go.
Uh-huh.
Perfect.
So for the next episode, we're going to finish The Undertaking of Hart and Mercy. We're going to read chapters 21 through 41 and the epilogue.
Beautiful.
All right.
Woohoo. And we'll see you next week. Unless anybody has anything else they want to add.
That's it.
All right,
Perfect.
guys. See ya.
See
Bye.
ya.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast.
If you liked our ramblings, please tune in next week and follow us on social media.
Book recs and drink recs are always welcome. Until next time.
Wolf.